there's this image in our head of this noble hard carry, the person who is clicking on heads, who is hitting skill shots, who has incredible game sense, but doesn't quite win. And sometimes, yeah, they're dragging their team across the finish line, but they don't have to be. This award is for the most mechanically gifted players that we saw this year.
The nominees for the 2020 Hard Carry of the Year are Caps, Simple, Shiko, Zywoo. And the winner is Shiko.
In these big spots, it's him finding the kills. It's a 3 versus 2, and here they come. Shiko from construction once more. Might have just turned it around. Turns around and finds the
What is that?
He's doing almost all the way. Wherever Foul is right now, he must know this diffuse is coming through. He's going to swing in, finds the kill, and BDS will close it 7-5.
Literally half a second earlier, could have found himself a kill. He will catch him. He will catch him. There we go. Down he goes. It's Doki. Goodbye. So much so that he's laid down on the ground, and there we go. He gets the kill onto Renshiro of all people. So Alem's still around, but Shiko's going to catch Hosty out. That's that trade coming through. A third comes through in this round for Shiko. Alem finds another. Shiko gets the fourth. Man, that is the domination that we missed from him so often last stage.
Well, I can tell by the chat that you guys like who we picked for the winner. And we are going to talk about him, and we might even hear from the man himself. But before that, let's give some love to our nominees, starting, Josh, with Caps.
Yeah, so Caps started this year not playing mid. He started playing AD carry. And honestly, when G2 ran into the summer split, they ran into some problems. Perks had an absence as a result of his dad passed away, rather. And when you're in that scenario, right, you don't have the opportunity to just phone it in your performance. There's obviously that joke about, are we going to get Caps? Are we going to get Craps? Well, Caps basically decided in summer that Craps was not an option. He absolutely had to be good to help this team in one of their darkest hours for a while. And he did that. He was incredibly effective. Even in games they lost, he was a force for their team. And he was their rock. Like, what more can you say about it? Like, he was there when Perks couldn't be, and he absolutely crushed it. And they end up going to Worlds, and like 1v9 performances sometimes, like that kind of carry. Like, Caps is this person that he put the team on his back. It's not to say that everybody played badly besides Caps. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that when it really mattered, he was there for this team. When Perks couldn't be there, they were playing with a substitute. He was there. I love the guy. I love that we could just say goodbye to Craps for a little bit. We could just let Craps have a few games off. It felt good. It felt good to see him style on the rest of Europe and also some of the rest of the world.
I feel like being there when it really matters is one of the important ways, like, we award this award. Not the only one, but that matters a lot, and that was well put. Now, talking about a rock, which you described Caps as, Dimitri, I'm getting some deja vu because I'm going to need you to talk about Simple again.
Well, for the third year in a row, Simple has shown that his inhuman stats are, never mind a fluke or anything like that, but even just a flash in the pan. This is basically the year where I think Simple probably had to do the least amount of carrying. Certainly since 2018. I will say that to Navi's credit. Like, I think that finally the roster has really started to catch up in terms of performance, in terms of synergy, playing around each other. That said, and along those lines, it's also the year where I think that the Navi found a really great way to let Simple hard carry them, right? Enable, part of Boomich's strategy, right? Something that Zeus was criticized for a long time was kind of like, not leaning super hard on Simple. And, we see Simple, they're prioritizing him, with that P250 in the pistol round, right? With that op every round that he can get, right? Give him the guns, let him perform, let him carry you. And I mean, needless to say, he did just that. That there's really no question. You know, we've talked about Simple before, and we're going to talk about him again in other categories. But I think as far as hard carry goes, it is very fair to say that we can't not include Simple here.
Now, you know, I said it was deja vu when I asked you to talk about Simple. Well, it definitely is now, because I just got to mention ZywOo again, because it seems like they're always dueling back and forth, and for good reason. I mean, ZywOo probably fits a little bit more in the mold of a traditional hard carry. Now, that's not to say that, again, his team didn't perform well this year. Vitality was awesome. You know, Shox definitely had his moments. The young guys on Vitality are looking really strong right now. But you are crazy if you're going to sit here and tell me ZywOo isn't the poster child, along with Simple, for hard carrying. And I mean, one of our nominees for Play of the Year is very illustrative of that. Now, if you look at the broader, you know, let's zoom out from his team for a second and stop comparing him to those guys, because everybody plays their roles really well, and they enable him, of course, to carry. But let's zoom out and look at the broader field in CSGO. This Frenchman is at the top of the tables most ways you slice it. So again, we can't say the word hard carry and not mention ZywOo. The last point I want to make about ZywOo is that what I'm really impressed with this year is that he proved not to be, Dimitri said the phrase earlier, a flash in the pan. Now, we didn't think he would be, of course, but last year we were talking about him in the context of a phenom, a rookie, right? In our award show last year. And you just never know if the sequel is going to be as good as the first movie. Well, the sequel to ZywOo is pretty good.
This is ZywOo Attack of the Clones, which of course you love, so.
That is a terrible sequel. No, this is ZywOo Empire.
ZywOo Strikes Back. ZywOo Strikes Back.
This is the French scene strikes back. That's what this is. Now, as much as I love ZywOo and Simple, they did not win the Hard Carry of the Year award, and there is a reason for that, Dimitri. It was Shaiko.
Yeah, so basically, from the very moment that Shaiko returned to pro play, for those who don't know, I can't imagine you not knowing, but
no, watch the Score Esports YouTube videos after this stream.
If you somehow haven't already, yes. Shaiko was convicted of cheating and was banned by ESL for 2 years. And he came back at the tail end of last year, and basically from the moment that he returned, has pretty much been the single most valuable player in the traditional rating fragging out sense in the whole of Siege. It is like 2018 Simple levels of hard carrying. That's not to criticize BDS as a roster, his team, by any means, just to say that this is a player who, in the very traditional sense, is just an unkillable, unstoppable, mechanically excellent, perfect machine of destruction. I will say that we certainly have seen his roster, BDS, catch up, certainly in the last few months, like more as of late, you know, in terms of performance, have caught up to him. And we're starting to see them become even stronger because of it. Certainly one of the strongest teams in the world, certainly in Europe. But, you know, this is a guy who was gone for 2 years, who came back. There were so many questions around whether he was, you know, as good as he was back in the day, and he just delivered on literally every front. Basically, just top to bottom, I really don't think that there is any player on any roster in any esport this year who boasted as truly hard of a carry as Shaiko.
Is it too late to put on the trophy very good at shooting?
Yeah. We named the award the Very Good at Shooting award. Very good at shooting.
We put on this award show. You know, we get custom built trophies made. We get people dressed up, lights on, you know, lots of colors. Our designers work on this comic book theme. We turn the mic to Dimitri. What makes Shaiko so special? He's very good at killing.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you turn the mic on Dimitri, and he immediately starts giving you the Dimitri adjectives: ferocious, fragilicious.
Very good at shooting.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, we turn the mic on Dimitri, but right now, before we move on to our next award, I actually want to turn the mic on Shaiko himself.
Thank you for the award. I don't really know what to say, so thank you. It was a good season for me and BDS. We won the August Major, we finished second of the November Major, so yeah, that's a really good season for me. I can't wait to play another 6. It's been 1 year since the last run for us, so yeah, we can't wait to play, so see you there, and BDS power.
Thanks for watching. If you want more content like this, hit the sub button and ring that notification bell. For unique bite-sized videos you won't find anywhere else, hit up our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages.